What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814ADC, and today I have another quick little unpackaging to do for you guys. This package is coming in from a trade that I did. So I traded my Giant Mouse Knives Ace Grand, the one I had in M390 and Red Micarta. I traded it for this knife, which is a WE Esprit, It's the Ray Laconico design one that I believe is like a year or two old. So I know I'm probably a little bit late to the party on this one, but yeah, I traded my Grand. I really like that knife. I just didn't carry it, as much as I thought I would after I initially got it, but it's a fantastic knife. I really did enjoy it. I just didn't carry it much. But I traded it plus a little bit of cash because it did have some lock stick and I couldn't get it centered completely. But I traded it in a little bit of cash for this knife. I traded it through one of the Facebook groups. I don't know if it was Everyday Blades or one of the other ones, but yeah, so we got a successful trade done. I think mine, or the Grand, got to him yesterday, and this just came in today. But before we get into this unboxing, I want to show the unboxing knife, which is, of course, the Arcane Designs Praytheon. If you guys saw, well, I'm filming this on Thursday. You guys are probably not going to see this until Saturday, but I've had this for a day. I just unboxed this yesterday, and man, oh man, I haven't been able to get it out of my hands, guys. This thing is fantastic. And for this being the budget model with, G10, as opposed to like the CF versions or the titanium versions, this thing is still really well made. I'm very, very excited that I got this in the collection. I really am enjoying it so far, but without further ado, we're going to rip into this. And yeah, like I said, I know the Esprit is not necessarily a new model. And it's a model that I've known about for a while, but I kind of just like didn't pay much attention to it. But it's funny because, within the last month or so, I've seen some videos pop up on YouTube about it. I've seen some posts on Instagram, and I just, thought to myself, that looks like a really good knife. I would, love to check one out in the future. And then, this trade gets offered to me, and it worked out well, I think. So toss this over here. He has it wrapped up in some cardboard, packaged very nicely. All right, and then these do come in the classic WE knife box. I believe they're using updated ones with like a sleeve on them for the newer models, but this comes in the classic one. So it is the Esprit. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't think it would be Esprit or Esprit. I think it's Esprit. At least that's how my brain tells me to do it. But it's marbled carbon fiber with a black tie lock side handle. So these are frame locks, but this version is the marbled carbon fiber, which is cool. And it comes with a black stonewash 20 CV blade. So it's pretty cool configuration. I have them pulled up right here on White Mountain Knives where they are all in stock. You can get a plain tie with an orange peel finish on it with a satin blade for $219. And then you can get a marbled carbon scaled with either the black stonewash or the gray stonewash. They're both $216.75. But then in newer news with the Esprit, they're actually dropping one, which you guys are going to see this on Saturday, but they would have dropped one on Friday, February 3rd. They are dropping a flame titanium version with like the tiger striping on it. So that's cool that they're still making new versions of the knife. But it comes in the pouch, which you can never have enough of these laying around. Comes with a little WE thing, just very typical WE and Civivi. You guys have all seen it before. And then here is the knife tucked into the pouch. And here it is, guys. You guys can see it's the marbling right there. I'm not a huge, CF, normal carbon fiber, marbled carbon fiber raindrop. It's okay. But this does look really good now that I see it in person. Has a nice gloss to it. But it's really neutral. So if you just kind of glance at it, it looks black. But it feels good. Has a nice consistency and texture to it. And of course, here is the frame lock side. Comes with a loop over style deep carry clip. I don't know if this is titanium or steel. I'm not sure. Comes with dual thumb studs and a top flipper. And if, like I said, this is a Ray Laconico design. We'll give it a flick. Comes right out of there. No blade play at all. This thing is locked up really tight. And the ergos are fantastic right off the bat. I don't know if I've ever handled a Ray Laconico design before. That's false because I've had a few Monterey Bay knives in, which he collaborates with Sanford Owen on. So I've handled a few of those ones, but these are directly from Ray, Ray's mind. But for the most part, very comfortable. We were talking in the group chat, and I said that I was getting this one in, and then I brought up the new Civivi Sakoki, which is kind of a budget version of this knife that's dropping on Friday, February the 3rd, which I might pick up because I've really been interested in it for a while, and I think it'd be cool to do a comparison of these two. But people were saying, like, all of Ray's designs are good. They're very, kind of simple designs. And you either love them or you hate them. And that's kind of how I've been with his. Like a lot of his has caught my eye. But there's been some that have just been kind of like, but, this was one that definitely grew on me the farther it got. Very good action, very smooth. I don't know, has a good edge on it. I don't know if this is an aftermarket edge. Seems like it has a nice high, kind of a higher polish to it than like a normal factory edge. So I don't know if I'll have to message him and see if he sharpened it, but you guys can, there's a little bit of shine, but it looks really good. Has a nice swedge built in. Just a very simple, but very straightforward design. Try the middle finger flick. Flies right out of there. The detent seems pretty decent. I know sometimes with WE knives, it can be kind of hit or miss if you get, stronger versus lighter detents. But for this one, it flies right out of there. And again, you have the front flipper up here, which works very well. And sometimes you have to have a little bit lighter of a detent when it comes to, the middle finger flicks and the thumb flicks, just because of the front flipper. But I think it's dialed for all three of these, which is really nice. That's kind of a breath of fresh air. I was a little bit worried about that, but this thing feels great. Great in the hands. It's kind of like I said earlier, it's very simple, but a very clean design. The pocket lip is nice. So I can't wait to get this thing in pocket. I can't wait to carry it. Right out of the gate, dead centered, no blade play at all. So the guy definitely, I believe his name was Anthony, definitely took, it's actually on here. I'm pretty sure his name was Anthony. Yes, Anthony. Anthony definitely took care of it. So Anthony, if you're watching this, thank you for the trade, my man. He already told me that he loves the Grand so far. So to me, it seems like a good trade. We both love the knives we got in, and this thing is fantastic. So definitely happy I went through the trade. But yeah, full review will be coming on this in a couple weeks. You guys know how my schedule usually rolls, but let me know down below. Are you familiar with Ray's designs? Have you handled an Esprit before? If you haven't, do you want to? But let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. But just a really clean design, and I'm finally glad to get one in. And the detent is snappy, has some good acoustics to it. It's kind of like hit or miss sometimes, but because the carbon fiber kind of dulls it a little bit. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and it feels great in the hand. So, but this was my unboxing of the WE Knives Esprit. Again, shout out to Anthony for conducting the trade, and I think we both got really, really cool knives out of it. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. As always, don't forget to use code 814EDC at Blue Creek Knives, linked down below, and also at Barnescraft EDC or Barnescraft Designs on Etsy, also linked down below. And then in today's shout out, I want to give a shout out to Knife Nerdery. Kevin, he is in our group chat. He's a really cool guy. He's from the Pacific Northwest, and I want to give a shout out to him. So he will be linked down below. Go check him out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.